Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in again. So today we are going to be doing an updated brow tutorial. So today is an everyday look. This is what today I still have my work shirt on. So this is what I would generally look like if I was going out or to a meeting. It's simple, just some lashes, a full face, but not too much. I did put a little shimmer on there. I will go through the video and just kind of explain how I did everything. I'll zoom you in closer when it comes time to do the actual brows. I use like one or two to three products to do that. So I really enjoy that. But in the meantime, I just hope you like it. I thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi guys, I had to switch over to voiceover. My family was being so loud, so I do apologize for that. So I am here starting with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, and I am using the shade number 5. And as you can see, I am working that product under the brow first. I kind of tweezed my brows a little bit before I got started. Here I am showing you where to end the tail of your brow, so I'm just going to mark it there. And usually what I do, this helps to kind of shape your brow and get a good angle on the brow. And as you can also see, I am using flicking motions to kind of mimic hairs on the face or on the brow area. So I'm going above the brow, kind of doing the same thing, just kind of, trying to make it as full as I like. Sometimes I do thin, sometimes I do them a little fuller. I like this color because it really does mimic my actual shade of hair that is coming out. Now here, I'm kind of showing you where the head of the brow should go, and that's usually what I usually do is right on the right side of your iris. I guess that's the brown part of the eye, the iris. So I'm just taking this, that's why I love this Benefit brow, because it has a spoolie on it and it's got a really thin tip. So I'm just kind of combing the product through my brow. And I'll continue to kind of use those flicking motions to kind of get the shape that I desire. So I think it looks good. Here I usually will brush the hairs the opposite direction, and that kind of helps to fade it out in the middle a little bit. So here I am using a concealer brush, and this is the Concealer 954 brush by Sedona Lace. I am using the concealer by Tarte, the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm using the color Deep. And I'm going under the brow to pretty much just kind of carve out the eyebrow so that it's just a little bit more defined. This shade really is a lot lighter than my skin tone, obviously, as you can see, but it does a really good job of making the eyebrows stand out and just look a little bit more firmer, not firmer, a little bit more defined and a little bit more just kind of well put together. So I'm just going to take that and just kind of gently spread it all over my brow because my eyelids are a little bit darker than the rest of my body. Here I am using this buffer brush, and this is also by Sedona Lace. This is the Sedona 217, and I'm following that up with the Laura Mercier powder, which is closer to my skin tone. I'm going to use that, kind of shake off the excess, and I'm going to use that to set the concealer in place. So this does a really good job of just kind of zeroing out any colors that you may have on your eye. Now here I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation, and this is my shade for my skin, and I'm in the color Espresso. And what I usually do with this is I'll go over the top of my brow so that I don't get that halo brow effect. So this color is a little bit more closer to my skin tone. Obviously it's very close to my skin tone because again I use it as my foundation shade, and so I'll use that just to kind of further define the brow. I wish I had my contacts on when I did this because I am nearsighted in one eye and I'm farsighted in the other eye. So one eye I've got like 20/20, and I don't think this is the eye with the 20/20 because it's like I couldn't really see what I was doing that well, so it didn't come out as well as I would have liked, but I was kind of feeling myself. Hey. So pretty much here I'm going to start with the other brow, just a different angle, and I'll do the same thing. I'll start here. This is where I start the brow, just like straight up, right at the tear duct is where I start the brow, and that way you don't want them too close together, unless you like that look. I mean, you can do what you want. but it's just how I get my shape. Now the hairs on this brow are very sparse, as you can see, so I really have to put a little bit more work into this brow. It's not as full as I would like, but that is the beauty of the eyebrow pencil. So in a minute, I'm going to go ahead and start to speed this up, and that way to just kind of go a little bit faster. I use my baby finger there just to kind of place it on my face, and that kind of helps to anchor my finger, and it helps me just to kind of make it a little bit more stable so that I kind of get a better application. I don't really try to do that, but it just kind of naturally does that. So yeah, sometimes I'll make the arch a little higher, and then sometimes it'll be, you know, you never know what kind of brow day you're gonna have. So same thing as the other one, just go up under that and flicking those hairs up. This one seems to me like it just requires a little bit more work because, like I said, oh my goodness, I do not have many brow hairs. My eyebrows used to be so much fuller. Like I almost used to have like a unibrow, but yeah, I thought I would do an updated tutorial because my last one was pretty much one of my first videos, and I haven't used the MAC eyebrow pencil in so long. But yeah, I'm just going a little faster here. I still like the eyebrow pencil. I'm like all over the place in this video, so I'm really sorry about that. But doing these voiceovers can be a little weird because you're trying to keep up with the movement, and now that it's going like super fast, I'm just like, what? So I will probably just stop talking here, kind of let you see what I'm doing. Basically the same thing as I did on the other eye, using that foundation buffer brush just to make it more even. I used to use my beauty blender, but I kind of like using the brush. It just doesn't take away as much product. So that's what I'm doing here. For some reason it hit me that I hadn't done an updated brow routine. I'm like, you know what? I came home from work. I'm like, I'm going to do an updated brow routine. So I just kind of did my brows exactly as I would do them, or exactly as I had done them on my way out that morning. So I just kind of took off the makeup, and it's like, you know what? This is how I would normally do it. Now, if I'm like going out for a night, then I'll take a little bit more care. But this is like my everyday, you know, how it look every day. So. See, I'm trying to focus, but yeah, I kind of like the way they came out. They're not twins, but they're cousins. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one. So I really hope you guys learned something from this tutorial today. If you did, please let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what you want to see. All the products that I use for this tutorial, I will link them below in the description bar. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.